So we did also want to quickly cover kind of a wrap up of the whole chaos and saga of OpenAI, because we're now learning kind of what really went down in the recent events at the company, thanks to some new reporting from the New York Times. So as we've discussed, Sam Altman, CEO, was suddenly fired in mid-November by OpenAI's board at the time. Now, it sounds like theories, including many of the ones we've discussed on episodes of this podcast about why Altman was fired, were broadly correct. The Times is reporting the board was indeed concerned about AI safety. Specifically, several board members had backgrounds in areas of AI safety that caused them to worry powerful AI technology could, without the proper guardrails, do a lot of harm to humanity or even become an existential threat as a whole to humanity. And it appears that several of these board members had long simmering concerns that OpenAI was moving too fast and paying too little attention to safety. Those concerns became much more intense and came to the fore once ChatGPT was released, because as the Times reports, as ChatGPT and OpenAI's popularity exploded, certain board members apparently became increasingly worried that Altman was not sharing all of his plans with the board. And that included the details of a possible initiative to build AI chips with the help of investors in the Middle East. All of this led the board, it looks like, to quickly and secretly vote to fire Altman and then spring that decision on him with little announcement or preamble. Altman wasn't the only one, it turns out, that was caught unawares. OpenAI's main partner and patron, Microsoft, they were completely caught by surprise. And it sounds like from this story that after having conversations with Altman to see if he'd actually done anything wrong, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella decided to throw Microsoft's weight behind Altman. And this is what ultimately resulted in the chaotic battle to get Altman reinstated. That nearly resulted in most OpenAI employees resigning in solidarity with him. As we've previously reported, that battle was one that Altman eventually came out victorious in, and he ousted some of the board members who rebelled against him. So there's probably still many, many more things and details that will come out, Paul, but it sounds like this is kind of wrapping up the phase one of what happened with OpenAI and just kind of giving our audience a sense of, okay, this was about AI safety. This was about a lot of competing visions for the future of the company and the danger of the technology they were building. What were your thoughts kind of wrapping up this topic?
Yeah, I think, like you said, it kind of summarized everything we've sort of assumed and that you've seen reported. I do feel like it's just probably chapter one of the story. I think, moving into 2024, more information is going to come out. I listened to a podcast interview with Trevor Noah, and where he interviewed Sam Altman on his What Now podcast. And it was like an hour of Sam, first person explaining what was going on, his feelings, his emotions, his thoughts about it, how he's still kind of reeling from the whole thing. So if you're intrigued by this topic, like I would go listen to that podcast. I think it's a really fascinating insight. It's a very human interview from Sam, but he does not give more details. I really don't know that he truly knows why it happened.
Hmm.
And he is definitely bitter about it. He said he's kind of grateful for it because I think it helped him. There's actually this fascinating, I love the way it ended. Like Trevor, who's a great interviewer, obviously, um, he said at the end, like, I would encourage you, Sam, to remember how it felt when you lost your job, because you're building technology that's going to take jobs from people.
Mm.
And I think it's important that you remember how it felt when your technology does that to people. I just thought it was like
Hmm.
such a, like, kudos to Trevor for putting him on the spot and like saying it. But I thought he did a really good job of kind of bringing it around. And I think, that might end up being the biggest outcome from all of this is like, what is Sam Altman's perspective post this all? Like, I don't know that we're going to learn that much interesting. I don't know that some like smoking gun's going to come out and like some massive conspiracy is going to be unveiled or anything like that. It's probably not going to be that interesting. Like the theories and conspiracies were probably going to be more interesting than what actually happened.
Hmm.
But the impact it has on the people, what happens to Ilya as a result of this? What does he stay there? Does he go? It's been very, very quiet on that front. How does Sam evolve? You don't even get a sense, listen to Sam. He really thinks he's going to be the CEO there that much longer. Like, I don't
Mm,
know. Like, I thought that was another weird thing is his talking point has been, it became very apparent to me that I'm not needed there, basically, that this company can truly function without me as the CEO. I just thought that was a weird perspective to be so vocal about, to where you could
mm.
almost feel him kinda like, "I'm gonna be here, I'll right the ship, and but maybe I won't be here," kinda feeling. So, I don't know. I mean, it is a fascinating topic. Like, I think that there's lots more to come, but I don't know that the most interesting stuff, like I said, is gonna be some grand conspiracy about what happened or anything like that. I think it might be more of a human story, honestly, about how this changed the people involved and how that might affect the future of AI.